All right, everybody. I just thought I would probably try to do a short stream. I mean, probably an hour and a half at the most. Dropping a link for an invite here. Thought I'd go off and show you some. Well, first I'll tell you what's going on. Okay, the car is acting up really, really bad. Sounds like it could be the engine. Thankfully enough, if it is the engine, I have it warranted for 6 months, but still, it's not going to be pleasant. Um, you know what? Hello, Hudson. Hello, 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 hello. Like I said, this was kind of all last minute. Hi, Mason. Hope you're doing well too. So, uh, I'll find out tomorrow. I got to give the mechanics a call tomorrow. See what the heck's going on. So let's see here. I wanted to show a couple rock books before I kind of got into a little bit of maybe a stack of vinyl and just chitty chat with you guys. If anybody's a Grand Funk Railroad fan, this book is a little bit, it needs an update. It really, really does need an update, but it's still necessarily a really, really good book. This came out, if I remember correct, yeah, 2001. That's what I figured. Mark Farner, From Grand Funk to Grace. Yes, 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 yes. If you are a big Grand Funk fan or a Mark Farner fan, this is a really good book. It tells you all kinds of things in the Grand Funk and pre-Grand Funk story. Hello, hey Richard. And so the thing is that it goes off and tells you about his days with Terry Knight and the Pack, and then flows right into Grand Funk Railroad, Terry Knight's management, and then the disasters that happened in there, the breakup of Grand Funk, him forming his own solo band, then coming back into Grand Funk in the '90s, and the ugly mess that pursued into, at least like I said, up to 2001. And of course, Mark is not with the band still. I think it's a little bit ridiculous, but whatever. Hi, Steve. I hope you're doing real good. So that's one book. Like it also comes with a CD. At least the 2001 edition does, and I think that's really pretty cool on that. If you can find that. But the other one that I wanted to go off and show you, considering that yesterday, oh boy, yesterday was an anniversary that's not very pleasant in the music world. April 24th, 1975. Does anybody know what happened on April 24th, 1975? Bueller? Anyone? Who said the suicide of Pete Ham from Badfinger? Yeah, oh my God. This is actually a really good read, okay? If you love Badfinger, try to seek this out. Out of all honesty, I think even this needs an updated edition. I know there was a second edition. This is the first. The second edition actually is maybe the one you want to seek out most. I think the first edition, there was some Ivy's demos, okay, and some other things there. The second edition, yeah, this one's from '97, this edition. And the second edition has, for a bonus disc, basically it's the stuff of Over You, which was the Tom Evans demos from '83. This should be a required textbook to a class that is wanting to start a band. This should be guaranteed reading. This band was so screwed over. Oh my God. These guys should have been better. What I mean by that is they should have shot through the echelons of musical excellence. Okay. See, Star Trekker, how many suicides in that band, Paul? Two, because you've got, like I said, Pete Ham in April of '75, and then in November of '83, Tom Evans would go as well. I tried to go see the Tom Evans. Geez, I don't even know if Joey was with them anymore, based on what the story gets muddled, okay? Because I don't think Joey was with him at that time. So it was the Tom Evans, Mike Gibbons, Bob Jackson lineup. And I think I think Tony K was back with them for a little while too, who of course was from Yes, Badger, a bunch of other bands. Um, yeah, that's the thing, right? Is that everybody in the damn Beatles loved these guys. They did. Okay. And John was the one that threw the name off the cuff for Badfinger because they were originally called the Ivies. If I remember correctly, it was Paul that brought him into Apple because he spotted them, and then he's like, they changed the name to Badfinger, and he's like, if you record "Come and Get It" exactly as this demo, you will have a hit. And lo and behold, that's exactly what the hell happened. Um, it's just a damn shame. It really, really is. And then Mike Gibbons, he died in the early O's, if I remember correctly, heart attack out down in Florida, which of course leaves Joey as the only one. It's so sad what happens. Is, yep, they got completely screwed. And jeez, I can't even. You got to read it. You just have to read it to know what I'm talking about on Badfinger. Okay, how about there you go, Mason. So that's the thing. And so yeah, so I was playing a bunch of music from them yesterday and a little bit today too. If nobody has heard so when they were on Warner Brothers, they actually technically did 3 albums. Here's my first guest of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a short show, like I said.
Okay, this is the weirdest. This is the weirdest StreamYard thing I've ever seen because I'll tell you what happened. When I first clicked into your show, the link was already there, and people were commenting. Richard Mechamania was here and said hello, and I commented and said hi to him, and he said hi back. But then when I get out and click back into the stream on my computer, Richard's comments are gone. The original link is gone. It's weird.
That's strange. That's strange. How are you, Mason?
I now have a vintage '90s stereo system.
Oh,
what it is, it's well, it's one. You know what I'm talking about? Those 3-piece things that they came out with in the '90s, which one of them's the main console that controls everything, and then you got the cassette deck that has an option to record to make mixtapes. Then you got the CD player. CD player is actually broken, so I had to substitute it for another one. And then it's all wired up to these nice solid wood floor speakers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I used to be jelly in the late 80s. My buddy Jim, he had I call it a stack system. He had a stack system, and I remember he paid plenty for this. So turntable, twin cassette, equalizer radio, 8-track CD player, all in one damn thing, and then at the room at the bottom for the records. And I was just like, holy crap. And I'm not kidding. I want to say it was like somewhere between 700 and $1,000. And I'm like, geez, man. But you know what though? That stack system lasted. What do you think about this? He bought that in the late 80s. I remember he still had that damn thing in the early O's. It was the last time I kind of saw him. And I was just like, geez, the damn. I said, it all works. Yep. I'm like, that's a miracle because usually one component at least is going to come out of there. Now,
I got some new records.
Let's see, Mason. Let me do this.
So this has been talked about. This one's been talked about a lot. And I saw it in the store, and I'm like, you know what? I've been hearing some good things about this from the VC. So here we go. New Greta Van Fleet.
Aha.
And then this is going into some BCLT that I got from Dead Wax. Bunch of Monkeys 45s.
Oh, sweet.
We got a 45 of Incense and Peppermints.
Mm-hmm. Always a good one.
Beach Boys.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
And we got a couple Birds 45s, Mr. Tambourine Man and Turn, Turn, Turn.
Mm-hmm. Classics.
We got a Box Tops 45, Cry Like a Baby.
Box tops are awesome.
Another Beach Boys, California Girls.
Sweet. I don't have a lot of Beach Boys picture sleeves. I just got a couple. But if my friend sells me some of his record collection, I'll probably have about, I don't know, between 5 and 10 more, hopefully, to show, which would be nice.
Yeah. Now I got some LPs from Dead Wax. Paul Revere and the Raiders' Greatest Hits.
Required listening. I love PRRR.
Ramones.
Yes. You know, I'm not going to lie. I have no Ramones. I've never come across any. I'm serious. I would love to have a couple. I'll find some someday. Yes. Excellent album, Steve. Excellent album.
All right. The Seeds.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what. Okay, this is Stonehenge 10 years after.
Sure. Okay. I love 10 years. That's a good one. That's a good band.
Okay, and I actually bought another one of the ones I bought at the record store to continue with my Pink Floyd collection.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, jeez. All right, Richard. Whatever. You know, seriously, I'll tell you, probably whenever it comes on the radio, which is sort of rare, and I know that none of the band members sing it, one of my favorites is Have a Cigar, and I'll crank that sucker up and sing along very badly.
Randy was kind enough to send me an LP, Birds.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
I think that's their second album, actually. All right, here we go. I've never heard of this group, but I guess Randy is confident that I'll like them. Blues Magoo's Electric Comic Book.
Oh boy. Blues Magoo's, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, and I picked this up at the record store just simply because I remember having this comp on CD when I was a kid, but I thought it'd be nice to have it on vinyl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you get basically 30 of their biggest hits, really.
Definitely a good double pack there.
And now Randy sent me a couple Beach Boys records here. We got Surf's Up 1971.
Oh, yes.
One of their best records.
Column Nation's Ruined Domino.
Holland from 1973.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with this. And this actually comes with a bonus EP.
I was just going to ask if that was in there. Very good.
Yeah, I'm going to pull the EP out. Let's see what we're working with. Pull it out of there.
Here comes a surprise.
Check out this, Paul, on the reprise
hang
label.
On. Sorry. And there you go.
Nice little reprise label.
Yeah, nice. I don't think I've ever seen one with the EP. I've only ever just straight copies without the EP.
Well, that's how it originally came out back in '73, was with the EP.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go and put this away.
Some excellent goodies.
Yeah, there's some pretty good stuff that Randy sent me.
Very nice for Dead Wax to do that for you. Very, very nice.
Well, he owed me because we had a deal. If I take like a week or two, it was like I think I took a week or two off YouTube, and he would send me a bunch of records.
Really? That was the deal? You didn't show up for 2 weeks on YouTube and he'd send you a bunch of stuff? Shit,
Yeah,
I wonder what kind of deal I could get.
Yeah, Richard, you remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you still in the deal that you can't mention you know who, or did that deal fall through since last time?
Deal's gone.
Huh?
Well, I put him. Look, I put his name. Look, I put him in my name here.
Yeah.
And this is the truth right here. This is the truth.
Oh boy, here we go. Doesn't take long, does it?
This is the truth. What I have. This is the truth. What I have on my name right here. This is the truth.
I
don't hate McCartney. I don't. Hold on. Steve.
Hey,
Steve, cut that deal with the ex-wife.
Excuse me for a second.
Sure.
I want to say something. Richard, hear me out here, buddy. Out of any of the 4 solo Beatles, the most albums I have are from McCartney. I only have 1 George and 1 John. I have like 4 or 5 McCartney albums. All right.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Mason, you kind of brought a point. I'm going to have to take account on all my solo albums too. I don't know who I've got the most of. You might have a point there. I'll have to do that when I'm moving things.
While I got Richard here, I want to make some suggestions for him to check out. If you want to check out some Beach Boys stuff that you haven't heard before, at least take the time for this album, Surf's Up, and this album, Holland. You will not be disappointed. They are both fantastic.
It's true.
And I'll make this a fair deal. I will listen. I'll go and listen to some Michael Jackson stuff that I haven't heard before.
Okay.
Also, above anything else, listen to Sunflower. It's fantastic.
McCartney released a song with, I can't even pronounce that. Harangbin? I don't know if I got that right.
What
the hell is that?
Harangbin, yeah.
Okay.
He released a couple songs with was it Drake?
Well, it was on McCartney's Reimagined. I don't count any though. I don't count any of those McCartney Reimagined songs.
No, it wasn't Drake. It was shit. What's
Kanye.
I'm thinking of another rapper.
Yeah.
I think I got a few rappers here on the floor. Let's see. I got a burger rapper, a candy bar rapper.
Oh, and check this out. I picked
President Flash is
This is a used copy, and it looks in fantastic condition. This is used.
The long one, as they used to call it. Truth. I am surprised that ever came out. Yes.
Paul.
Yes.
No. The long one is actually what they call the area between my legs, but that's another story.
No, we're not discussing pleasure time this evening. That was yesterday. This is a pleasure time free zone today.
No, just Paul and Mason up on the screen. No, I don't want to know.
Hey, Richard.
But we've got the biggest balls
Are you
of
going
them
to pick
all.
up the new Greta Van Fleet, Richard?
I haven't listened to Greta Van Fleet.
Check it out, Steve.
I think Lisa didn't Lisa already pick her copy up?
Yeah.
Speaking of Lisa, where is she? Where is the lovely Lisa?
I let her know I was doing this.
All right,
I'm
not feeling well this evening.
So, uh, yeah,
But
that
seriously,
album.
for a used
It's a,
copy, this looks in good condition for a used copy.
for being 40 plus years old. That's nice.
And
But
I only paid
but I
12
remember.
bucks for this thing.
See, what was it? I remember reading. I can't remember what Eagles biography I read. I think it was Don Felder. It was Don Felder's book, which is a good read, by the way. Even if he does protest a little whiny too much, but he does get to the truth though. And he basically went off and said that that's why the band called it the Long One, because Electric kept pressuring them, and then they're like, after Hotel, which was I think December '76. And and they're like 77 goes by because they're touring. 78, Electra's pushing them.
Well, and I was going to say, between Hotel California and Long Run, they only released, to my knowledge, one new recording, and that was Please Come Home for Christmas.
Yeah, that was a cast off. They did just to shut the record company up. That's what Henley said. They recorded a single, and it got in the top 40. I don't remember if it went any higher than that. But I mean,
it's still played. It's still played on the holiday stuff to this day. And where the hell did Richard go?
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he'll come back. But I mean, I'm not knocking the album. I mean, it's just that was the last really damn good album they ever did, because I am not a big fan of Long Road Out of Eden. That one kind of sucks ass.
I was gonna say, because for a while the Long Run was the last album they did, and then they came back for Long Road Out of Eden. My biggest issue with that album is that Glenn Frey has his voice. He had lost his voice by that point, compared to what it was before.
Mm-hmm. Maybe too much sniff.
So, but
maybe.
I will say that that Don Henley still kind of had it on that album.
Yeah. I just can't believe that they're still milking it. I'm like, come on. It's like, okay, one of your main contributors, even if he was going in a downhill slide, is dead. And even everybody went off originally and said, yeah, Eagles are dead. Then next thing you know, it's all about this. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so Henley, Joe Walsh, Tim Schmidt. All right. So they all come back, right? Fry supposedly told Henley, this is all a legend, on his deathbed, he goes, never, ever fucking let Felder back in. That's supposedly one of the things he said, because during that last tour with Fry, at least Meisner couldn't come back. He was still sick. But
yeah, I was wondering why Randy
back.
Meisner didn't return for the reunion album. He wasn't on that, and I'm like, come on, Randy Meisner, probably of the original lineup of the Eagles, had the best voice, in my opinion.
Take It to the Limit. Oh my God. Every time I hear that song,
and not just that, but Try and Love Again. It's Not True.
Yeah.
And but even some of the stuff on the first album, what was the one on that?
Those first two albums,
to the Devil or something like that.
Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Eagles' first album is probably, I'd say it's probably my favorite, because I like when they drift away from the country to do just straight up rock and roll.
Yeah, those first two were like country rock, and then you start going with On the Border, and it starts shifting, which I'm not knocking any of the Eagles albums. It's just you have different styles. See, okay, so here's the thing, though, and that's great that he was great on Take It to the Limit, but I'm not a big Vince Gill fan, never have been, and I see that's half the reason why I don't think I would have gone. Now, Deacon Fry, fine, that's great. You know, he wanted to carry on, you know, his dad's whatever. That's great. But I actually, to me, it's Vince Gill as to why it turned me off. There were rumors, and I mean rumors pre-COVID, that they were talking about making some new tunes. Now, once again, my good old phrase, a good strong EP could come in very well in this case. You know, put out 4 to 5 songs. Let's see what you got in this lineup. I'd be curious. Don't get me wrong. He's no Glenn Fry. You're correct, sir. You're correct. I mean, yes, we'll give Vince an attempt for trying here to lengthen the legacy, but I don't know. That's just me. Like I said, I never really cared for Vince Gill, even back when he was in Pure Prairie League, if I remember correctly. So I just was never a big fan of him back then either.
So you know, one of the singles that they put out for this album, The Long Run, I can't tell you why. The only prior to Long Road Out of Eden, the only Timothy B. Schmidt lead vocal in the entire Eagles catalog, he just, oh my gosh, he nails it. It's such a relaxing song. You know, you play it and you just want to be like, it's really one of those rare examples of a song that sounds nothing like they'd ever done before and nothing like they've done since.
So the story goes, and it was in Felder's book on this again, that they attempted, and I mean attempted, a reunion in 1990, okay, and 4/5 came on board. They started doing some demo work, and at the last minute, I mean literally the last minute, Irving Azoff calls and tells the other 4, Glenn's not doing it. And that's a bit, Henley went off and said, well, if Glenn's not doing it, they pull the damn plug. Now, the thing is that there was 4 to 5 songs in those demo phases. And I'm trying to look up something here briefly so that I can make sure I'm right in what I'm talking about. But when the Hell Freezes Over came out, okay, yeah. All right. So when the Hell Freezes Over album came out, and it was a surprise when Tim Schmidt brought to the table Love Will Keep Us Alive, which was actually from those demos. And yes, it was co-written by Jim Capaldi from Traffic, Paul Carrick from Ace and Squeeze, and Peter Vale. And so you got that, comes out in '94. I like that song. I think I like that one better than Get Over It. But it was just nice to hear new Eagles tunes. But the thing is, once they went off on tour, and they were the first, I think them and the Stones were the first bands back in those early 90s that went for that minimum was going to be $100 tickets, even in nosebleed. And I'm like, oh, shit. Lesh says now John Stamos is, oh no, John Stamos is better than Dennis Wilson. Well, Dennis Wilson at least didn't sell Greek yogurt. Okay. Hey, Tim says, hey, Paul and Mason, the Eagles should be in the Guinness Book of World Records for stealing the most bass players from Poco. That's right. And Poco was an originator in country rock, ladies and gentlemen. They were. Poco was originally named Pogo until Walt Kelly found out about it, and he's like, I don't think so. He throws a cease and desist. They're like, oh, shit. And they changed their name to Poco. Go figure. But, yeah, I couldn't afford $100 tickets. I'm like, shit, that's ridiculous. Now, Jessica, she saw the Eagles. When the hell was it? They came down here to play for free for the shareholders. That was 2007. They played down here in 2007, and I missed it by 2 weeks. I'm not kidding.
They were probably promoting their reunion album then.
Right. I only got to see Felder. Felder came 2013, 2014. It was Felder, Styx, and Foreigner. They all did a total of a 90-minute set. It was like little samples.
Let me stop you there for a minute. Why would anyone give any respect to Felder after what he did?
He still sounded good. He pulled out that double guitar that he wrote
There's a
Hotel
reason.
California
There's a
on?
reason he was. There's a
Oh,
reason he was
God.
fired from the group.
Yeah, because he found out some things he shouldn't have found out based on the accountants. It also had to do with that box set. There was a box set that came out in 2000, and there was a little financial hanky-panky going on between Warner Electra Asylum, and I can't remember if Rhino was involved with the box set too, because Rhino was under the Warner Group too. So it had to do with all of those and the Eagles, but it was Don, Glenn, and Irving Azoff. And Felder found out about it and said, "What the hell is this?" And that is what sped his departure. I mean, it all comes down to money and ego anyway, right? In most bands. And let's face it, the Eagles made the money and the Eagles had ego. Two of the biggest egos in that damn band. But they're so talented. They were so damn talented in the 70s. And the thing about that Eagles Live 80 that came out, which is an excellent live record, the record company went off and they're like, hey, I think they knew that the breakup was coming. And they were like, we'll give you, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was $1 million for 3 new songs. Can you give us 3 new songs to tack on the Live 80? And the band turns around and comes back and says, fuck no, it's not happening. And he goes, we'll give you this. And I can't remember how much the label paid. I want to say it was $500,000, seriously, for the Eagles to put on Seven Bridges Road live, because it was their warm-up tune for many, many years on their tours. And they're like, we'll give you Seven Bridges. And so that's when, the record company puts that out as a single. And I still hear it on the radio today every so often. It's a nice harmony tune. Yep. Tom says, hello, everybody. Let's see. My turn to show a little. Just a couple. Because I always have the never-ending stack of vinyl. So how about a Grateful Dead offshoot called Ace with Bob Weir? That's right. That's right. You don't find too much Grateful Dead offshoot anything, to tell you the truth. And this one here, of course, on original Warner Brothers. Really, really nice. Nice album, actually. I love the Dead. I've always loved the Dead. They friggin' relax me. Let's see here. Next. Rare Earth. Yes, Rare Earth. Hello there, Ethan. How are you? So that's one of my little regrets, actually, was that I had a chance to see Blue Oyster Cult back in 2006, I think it was. And I was really, really ill, unfortunately. It was a hot summer day. I don't honestly think I could have made it. Rare Earth was opening for Blue Oyster Cult. 2 original members, guys. 2 original members. I think we're down to 1 because the other 2 died, if I remember correctly. But I love their stuff there on the Rare Earth label. Okay, yesterday I talked about this band, and 40 years ago was their first concert. But here's Motley Crue's Theater of Pain. Now, to me, I think that this Crue album wasn't exactly that good. It really, really wasn't. You had, of course, Too Fast for Love. You had Shout, Shout, Shout at the Devil. And then this comes out with Smoking in the Boys' Room, which, yeah, it's definitely a really good song, but I would rather hear their cover of Tonight We Need a Lover. Yes, which, if I remember correctly, was Raspberries did that a long time ago. But this was all over MTV. Hi, Greg. I hope you're feeling better today. Ethan, I'm tired, emotionally drained, and lethargic. You know, I'm not going to lie, Ethan. I'm almost the same way. This weekend has not gone good. I mean, with the exception of the streams, you know, I love the streams. I think that's been my highlights. I'm a big Buddy Holly fan. I came across this really dirt cheap, actually, reminiscing, available for the first time. Oral, that's right. And one of my favorites, yes, sitting on a park bench, 5 little girls with bad intent. I always liked Tall. I liked from the first album to probably about mid 70s, and then they come for a little bit in the 80s with Broadsword and the Beast and a few others. And about Badfinger earlier, Say No More, which was from 1981 on the Radio's label, which was an offshoot distributed by Atlantic. But boy, I'll tell you, and that Badfinger that I brought up, what a disaster this album. Great cover by Peter Max, by the way. But what a tragic story even on this damn album. The master tapes are lost. Were they stolen? Are they hidden in a warehouse in Miami? Nobody knows. Now, one of the people alerted that there was a CD made. I'd like to get it, but I'm led to believe it is a vinyl rip. So I don't know. And let's see here.
Welcome back, Richard.
How about some Great White? Hi, Richard. Good old Great White with once bitten, twice shy, baby. Made in Canada, it says, by the way, for that one. And one last one to leave off with. This is actually one of my favorite 80s hair metal bands. It just happens to be Christian, and I bet you know who I'm talking about. Yes, I am a Striper fan. I have been. I have an interesting story about Striper. So my story on Striper is this. So this is we're talking.
Paul, you have a Bible?
Not from Striper, no. Before I get on that topic of the Striper story, let's see what's on that Buddy Holly LP, huh? This is after his death, of course. Reminiscing, slipping and sliding, Bo Diddley, Wait Till the Sun Shines, Nelly, Baby, Won't You Come Out Tonight, Brown-Eyed Handsome Man, Because I Love You, It's Not My Fault, I'm Gonna Set My Foot Down, Changing All Those Changes, and Rock-a-Bye Rock. So that's what's on Reminiscing. But
hey, Richard,
McCartney does a great version of Brown-Eyed Handsome Man. Just in case everybody can't hear it.
Hey, Paul, I gotta show Richard something, Paul.
Okay. Hang on one second. I agree, Tim Allen. I do agree. I love Brownsville. All right.
So check this out, Richard. I now own Thriller on vinyl and cassette.
Oh.
Both
And
original. Both original.
And that vinyl.
Pressing.
And that vinyl was an OG with the hype sticker. I want that.
But this is also an original cassette. Yeah.
Now you need the 8-track.
You need both.
Now you need the 8-track, Mason.
Yeah, I need the 8-track. I've got that. Hey, Greg, man, I've got the.
The nice thing is that by the time of the streams next weekend, I'll actually have some things to show again. Yay, Ethan. Agreed, Tim. Agreed. I love that song. I have, of all things, a Hank Williams record with a Peter Max illustration on the cover before he got real famous. I wonder if I know what you're talking about, Thomas. I might have come across that in some passing. And Mason got stuff to show, yes. He always has good stuff to show.
I didn't see any reel-to-reels of Thriller, or I would have bought it.
Well, I don't think you will. Because I think reel-to-reels, I think those went 78, 79. I think they stopped making pre-recorded reel-to-reels. Now, 8-track, I thought this was weird, but I'm led to believe that the last pre-recorded 8-track that you had to get from Columbia House was Fleetwood Mac's greatest hits from late
Tiger.
80s.
Tiger.
I know. I always thought that was a cute little shot.
That's a great. That's one of the coolest things. You open that up, you see the tiger with Michael. I love that.
Like I said, on my 8-track want list is that Appetite for Destruction from Guns N' Roses on 8-track and George Harrison's Cloud 9 on 8-track. I would love to find that someday.
I just want anything McCartney, anything Beatles, anything Michael Jackson, Doors, and Queen. Those are what I want.
Picking up a nice batch of UK pressings this week from a seller in Toronto.
Gatefold. And what is it? Tiger.
Oh, let's hang on.
Does it have the?
There you go.
Aww. You got the inner sleeve with Paul and Michael
on it.
I have it.
Inner sleeve. Let's see what we got here.
With Paul and Michael.
You mean this inner sleeve?
Yeah. Yeah, I have that. I have
Why
that.
Is it rare?
I have that. I was just wondering if yours had it.
She just replied, told me she's sorry, she's tired. So I don't blame her.
Oh, Lisa, she's not feeling well.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, I wanted to show her my Greta Van Fleet.
Sorry, hang on a minute. I'm looking for something here.
Damn, this vinyl sounds good that I'm playing.
I was just going to say, I hear In the City.
Yeah, I thought the volume was down low enough that the stream wouldn't pick it up. I'm sorry about that, Paul.
No, it's fine. I can barely hear it. The rarest Beatles 8-track is the promo-only 20 greatest hits from 82, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I'm not going to lie. I've never seen that on 8-track either. I had it on vinyl somewhere. The Hank Williams album is called Let Me Sing a Blues Song. Oh, I'll have to Google that, Tom. Thank you. So, yeah, so let's see. Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits is probably the last album commercially released on 8-track. While it is not a certainty, most collectors claim that Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits compilation in 88 was the final commercially released 8-track, although Lord knows. And then now I'm going to be nosy about something else, too.
Yeah, I wish Ethan would have. I wish Ethan would have typed that, because now I have to find it.
Well, that's what I'm looking up. So hang on, in a minute here.
Hey, you know this song, "The Disco Stranger." This is pretty good, or "Disco Strangler," actually. Pretty good song. You know, I'll say this, Paul.
Yeah.
This is probably the least country rock album they have.
Right. I agree.
I used to think that Hotel California was really the start of them not using their country rock sound much anymore. But no, if that one started it, this one perfected it.
Yeah, right, I knew that one was going to be expensive, Ethan. Real expensive.
Columbia House advertised in 1978 showed that only 1/3 of new titles were available on reel-to-reel. They continued to offer a select number of new releases in the format until 1984. Sales were very low and specialized during the 80s. Audiophile reel tapes were made under the license by Barclay Crocker between 77 and 86. So yeah, now I kind of wonder. So let's see here. That you learned something new, I guess, because like I said, I was led to believe 1978 was the death of it, so I was wrong, and that's okay. I don't mind being wrong. But unfortunately, that also leaves
I
me.
got something else I got to show Richard. I'll be right back.
Okay, hold
I'm
on.
gonna
I'm
have to
getting you
save up
there.
my money for that one.
Oh, I thought he had it.
It's good to know they
I wish-
exist though, and save up my money for it.
Let's see here. And of course, there's another thing to think about too, Richard. Lord knows how long over in Europe they kept the format going too. They could have kept it going a little longer over there. You know, like the vinyl was. The vinyl lasted a few years longer over at. Let's see. I am looking up the reel-to-reel on Discogs as we speak. It was released November 30th, 1982.
Hey, Richard, you still here?
He is.
Look what I picked up.
That's a great album. I need some prints.
I wish I could have gotten it on vinyl though. It just kind of sticky at the bottom there. So whoever had this CD last didn't take good care of it as far as the case goes, but
My guy has like a 3 CD set with all his hits on it, plus demos and all kind of rare stuff. So probably gonna pick that up.
so I've Richard, this was actually a blind buy. I've never heard the Purple Rain album before. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank it?
I haven't heard it yet.
You haven't heard the album yet?
No.
And how can you say it's a great album?
Because I know it is.
Ooh, a Rolling Stone Satanic Majesty's Request on Reel to Reel 200. Sticky Fingers is 125. Huh. Yeah, I went to a garage sale once, and they had some reel-to-reels under a table. This was maybe in the 90s.
Those damn things are expensive now.
Yeah,
Reel-to-reels?
I dug through them, and I only found 2 rock ones, and I said, how much would you like for these? Oh, 25 cents a piece. So I gave her my 50 cents and walked away with 1965 Simon and Garfunkel's Sounds of Silence, along with, on United Artist, 1964, Beatles' Hard Day's Night.
Oh.
Unreal. Now, I kept it probably for a few months, and I posted it. Actually, there was a dude out in Carolina who he was looking for reel-to-reels, and so I said, "Hey, I've got it. How much?" And I said, "The box is great. There's no broken parts or nothing." I got $40 for it back then. So $40 off a 20-cent investment to me was nice. I didn't have a risk bought it because it was.
Damn, Ethan, you remind me of all the stuff I need to find. I don't have any MJ mini discs.
I forgot about the mini discs.
I only have one Paul mini disc. I don't really have any mini discs.
You know, I gotta say something here. The guitar riffs on this King of Hollywood, some of the best I've ever heard from the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I like Prince. I think I liked him from like the first album all the way up to Sign of the Times. That was like the last one I think I bought brand new. And then I don't know. I just fell away from him for about 20 years, I want to say. And then I was like, he started making some interesting music in the mid 2000s again. And it's like, oh, okay. But
and then he died.
Like I said, those first couple albums were great.
Rest in
on
peace,
Warner.
Prince.
Yeah, 5 years. I can't believe it.
Richard,
doesn't feel like 5 years.
Hey, Richard.
Yeah.
When Prince passed away, was that hard on you?
No, it wasn't, because I really was. I didn't become a fan of Prince or Michael Jackson until after they passed away.
Well, how about
Unfortunately,
this one? What about when David Bowie passed? That was pretty hard on me, I'll tell you.
I'm not a big David Bowie fan, so
What about when Neil Peart passed?
that one was rough. That one was rough.
Yeah, man, because I love Rush.
Yeah, I love Rush.
Slapping the bass.
Tom Petty was a hard one for me.
Yeah, me too.
I still kick myself in the ass for not going. I think he came like 6 months before he died. He came down to Little Rock. Steve Winwood was the opening act, and I can't remember why the hell I didn't go down there to see him. I should have. I've kicked myself in the ass for that ever since. My name is Prince,
Yeah,
and
I saw
I
him
am
6 months before he died.
Here's my Tom Petty impression, my real bad one. Yeah, that's it. That was it. Me too, Paul. After Sign of the Times, I lost track. Yeah, I don't know why. It just seemed like his sound shifted. I recently sold the Forrest Gump soundtrack on mini disc for $80. If you see pre-recorded mini discs,
I
grab
have
them.
that. Let me go get that.
I've never come across mini discs. Now, I have found a bunch of what do they call them? Dual discs. I still have a handful of still sealed. I cried my eyes out there. I'm not going to admit, I don't know if I cried my eyes out, but I got this weird sense of melancholy when Bowie passed. It was something else. All
Check this out.
right, hold on. Ah,
Forrest Gump soundtrack on CD.
that's a good soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it's got I love it because it's got a lot of the '60s stuff on it. Oh, I didn't know it has a Doors song on it. Break on through to the other side. That's a good Doors. That's a great Doors song. What do you think, Richard?
He disappeared again just now. I missed a chance to see Elvis 6 weeks before he died. Damn, Thomas. My aunt had tickets to the Indianapolis show in April of '77. I was supposed to go with. I was excited. My uncle changed his damn mind at the last minute, and he ended up going with her. And that's how I got denied to see Elvis. I got that one, Mason, Greg says. Ooh, be back. Oh, jeez. But yeah, I'm trying to think here. This was, let's see, so Jess was still alive. So this was sometime between 2018, before then. And I went to a Goodwill and I found it wasn't super discs, it wasn't SACDs. It was the format before that. And somebody dumped a couple rock. I grabbed every damn one of them. And I think, let's see, I traded one off, I sold one off, and I think I got two left. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, holy crap, who dumped these things? And they were in perfect shape. No scratches, no nothing. And I'm like, buck a piece. I'm like, thank you.
Hey, Paul, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this act, man.
You know what, Mason? I don't blame you because, like I said, I think when it hits 1 hour in about 6 minutes, I am going to disappear as well. So I'm glad you popped on by, Mason. And Richard, thanks for coming on too. But I'm not leaving yet. A few more minutes. I'm going to show a little bit more vinyl and then I'll disappear.
Take care, everyone.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, a few more minutes and then I'm going to disappear as well. So how about anybody like the association? Yes. On Valiant Renaissance. Yes. Produced by Jerry Yester, who of course was in the Modern Folk Quartet and Loving Spoonful, Rosebud, and a bunch of other stuff as well. I like the association sound. There's only two original members still with them. There's at least they were going up till pre-COVID. Let's see here. Elvis was too square for teenagers to like at the time of his death, but I kind of wanted to go see him. I was in an Elvis phase. It started about 1976, Thomas, and I was 9. I tripped on a bunch of his recordings, and I just really was enamored. Tim says, I have McCartney Ram on gold disc. You know what, Tim? I do remember gold discs, but I wish I could have found one of those. I only have 2 gold discs. One of them is a European import of Best of the Move, and the other one was what I call the Summit, 1962. It was Frank Dean Sammy. It was the Rack Pat. Bye, Greg. Thanks for popping on by. And really, oh, see, I like that. I like those first couple albums from Thomas from Association. How about Seven Separate Fools from Three Dog Night? 7 Separate Fools. And before anybody asks me, why, yes, it does come with the playing cards. And maybe some of you people know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to show it anyway. Here's the Joker. Here's Chuck. Here's Floyd Sneed. So yeah, they all came with the cards. I wouldn't go see him now, though. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. Danny Hutton and Michael Alsip are the only ones in that band. Basically, One Dog Night, in my opinion. I have a signed CD from Chuck Negrin. I think go check out that last one he did. It's actually got some previously unreleased mid-70s outtakes. Thank you, Lisa. I'm about ready to wrap up anyway for the evening. This was going to be short. I briefly was having communications through Messenger with Jimmy Greenspoon before he passed away suddenly. He was the keyboard player with Three Dog until he died. Hysteria when you're near. Yes. The golden age of Def Leppard. Those first 3 albums. Yeah, I said 3 because the one with the On Through the Night, it's got some good stuff on it. They do. But obviously, Pyromania and Hysteria were the real good meat and potatoes. Yeah, well, yeah, it's because Three Dog was the shiz back in the day. I'll tell you. Go check out if you could. You can find used copies if you want, or buy it through Chuck Negrin's website, Three Dog Nightmare, and it is a very good read. Yes, Thomas. Jimmy was really, really nice and communicative. Before he got sick, I was trying to get signatures on one disc. I think what was it? The problem was going to be Danny and Corey. Okay, they were not big into signing stuff. They didn't seem to really care for autograph collectors or even fans of their band when they would come and ask. And I know this from true stories. When they appeared at the McHenry County Fair in the early 90s, it was Three Dog Night and Paul Revere and the Raiders. And unfortunately, I didn't get to go to that gig. I think there was some family obligation. But I had a friend of mine that tried at the county fair. He was shot down there. He tried over at the Arcada Theater in St. Charles. Danny yelled at him. I'm like, you jackass. And it was him and one other person in the rain. Okay. This was before Corey died. So that's the time point. So this is 10 plus years ago. So Danny Hutton seems to be the big whiny ass in the group, so to speak. And you are right. Corey was kind of reclusive. But what you don't read in that Three Dog Nightmare, but Chuck went off and brought up, was that Chuck and Corey made peace before Corey died. So I thought that was kind of cool that at least those two could be sort of friends again before Corey died. It was Danny that didn't want to have to deal with it. And in the book, it's brought up now. Chuck, the last time he was with the band was '85, and he even admitted, he said he screwed up. He was strung out on the drugs. He couldn't handle things, and he basically, through some legalese, got pushed out of the band. Okay, and he always wanted to come. In a way, he wanted to come back, but in a way, he didn't, because after he left, I guess it got to be more of a hot mess. There was one time, I think it was in the late '80s, that there for 2 seconds, they almost all three got back together again. And Chuck it's in the book, Chuck was in between this fight between Danny and Corey. The rest of the bandmates were cool to see him. I know that, what was it? Up until, I want to say, pre-COVID, maybe about a year or two before, sometimes Chuck Negrin and Floyd Sneed would go out together, the original drummer for Three Dog. But Floyd, I guess, is retired. He paints, I guess, and I think he's got a solo album out or two as well. Go check that out. Danny Hutton was friends with Brian Wilson, but he gave him drugs, which wasn't good. That's right. That's right. I am looking for that Three Dog anthology with the at that time previously unreleased Redwood tracks. I probably could listen to them on YouTube if I wanted to, but Chuck brings that up in the book too, about Brian Wilson and Caribou and Mike Love. Mike Love took Brian aside where the rest of them couldn't hear him, and Mike was just yelling at him. He was yelling at him all up and down. And I'm just like, you piece of shit. It's like, don't go and be raped. Needless to say, because Brian wanted to have a bigger hand in helping to produce that first album that he wanted to do under Redwood. And that was shot down, after those couple tracks. Corey wasn't really into the drugs and booze. I think you're right on that. I could have sworn I heard that too. I heard he was a big fisherman. He ended up on some celebrity fishing shows, actually. That was his big thing. He wanted to chillax and go fishing. I don't blame you. After being on the rock and roll lifestyle and then go fishing, why not? Let's see here. Dokken. You're rocking with Dokken. Tooth and Nail. That's right. Tooth and Nail. I like Dokken. I do. I like the '80s Dokken. And let's face it here. Trying to think which ones though. Yeah, Just Got Lucky. I remember seeing that on MTV. Alone Again. Oh God, what a ballad, right? Rocking with Dokken. But that's another band that's full of a hot mess, isn't it? But Mick Brown, he's retired. He doesn't do that anymore. What was it? I know that there was some tour planned at one point or another for Dokken and Lynch Mob. George was going to come out and do some sets, like some extra songs and shit between those two, which would have been nice. Mike Love would have been a janitor. You know what? I think so too. I really do. Mike Love just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And I know Mason could probably go and back this up for me or not, but I could have sworn that I heard somewhere that Mike Love was this close to leaving the Beach Boys. It was in '68 or '69. Maybe he should have. And then the whole band could have turned around some more in the '70s. Imagine some of that, right? As kind of a musical FU to Mike Love. One of my favorite Chicago area bands. They're getting ready to go back out on the road, actually, with Collective Soul. That is, they're going to be their opening band on most dates. Styx. That's right. But this is the Wooden Nickel years. Oh, I love me some Wooden Nickel year stick. Wooden Nickel era Styx. Okay. Though seek out those Wooden Nickel original pressings. Okie dokie. You got some nice proggy type stuff, Sticks, if you like that stuff. The people that are used to Lady from the Wooden Nickels said, well, yes, Lady was the best damn thing. But you also had Best Thing. You also have their version of Lies, which got pulled off the first pressings of Man of Miracles. You got a handful of goodies there, okay? Seek the Wooden Nickel era out. In my opinion, Styx Phase 1 was from this album all the way up to and including Equinox, their first album on A&M, what I call the Chuck Lewandowski years. Chuck Kurlowski, excuse me. I don't know why I said Lewandowski. I'm tired. But that was your phase 1 of Styx, and then I was not a big fan of Crystal Ball. That one to me, I think, even though sure, fine, it had 1 or 2 songs that landed on the radio, Boat on the River, I think, being one of them. I just don't like that album. To me, that was the misstep in the Styx catalog. Because Grand Illusion, Pieces of 8, those are great. Cornerstone, not so much. Paradise Theater is good. It's not great. Kilroy is good, but it's not great. But I mean, it was just it's in the pile here. Hang on a minute. But how about Mike Nesmith, Tantamount to Tree? Oh, you know what? That's too hilarious. I was gonna bring up the plexiglass toilet song, Tim. Go listen to it. You'll know what we're talking about, the plexiglass toilet song. But here's a cutout of Tantamount to Treason, Volume 1. Yes, on that, from Nez here, on that cursed Dynaflex. That cursed Dynaflex. King's Court did that once or twice, I think. He took some Dynaflexes and just... Oh boy, love you, Ed. So yeah, Nez, and then speaking of, here we go. Right, Pieces of 8. Hypnosis made the cover to Pieces of 8, and yeah. So what I'm looking for, and I do have, like I said, an original A&M. Okay, really nice shape. I would like to find the gold vinyl. The gold vinyl edition. I always check every copy down here because you just never know. But the gold vinyl is Canadian. It's a Canadian press, and I would love to find that. To go from one Illinois band to another, REO Speedwagon. Yes, yes, yes. Now, this is the second album, okay? So you're looking at like 72, 73. Terry Luttrell ain't with them anymore. Kevin Cronin is here, but not for very long. And this time around, here's your lineup here in the back. Of course, on this album here, let's see. Yeah, their version of Little Queenie's pretty damn good. Golden Country, which says writer is Gary Richrath, right? Well, rumor has it Terry Luttrell is a slight co-writer in that also, and he never got his credit because they used to play it on. It was like one of the working tunes for the when they were out for the REO Speedwagon, the first album tour. They started introducing Golden Country towards the back end of when Luttrell was still with them. Yeah, a lot of Elvis 70s albums were on that cursed Dynaflex. You are correct. All right. I only got a couple albums left in this pile, and then we're going to call it a day, guys. This one I got original. Kind of nice. Rolling Stones, Bridges to Babylon. Yes, on the Rolling Stone Virgin. Let's see here. How strange. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've opened this. I did not know. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not going to try here because somehow it's not coming apart very well, and I'm a little nervous. I don't want to ruin this, but it is custom labels, and it's very thin vinyl, by the way. And if I remember correctly, let's see if I can see it here. Very, very thin, which means to me that it must have been an import of sorts. She's like, yeah, somebody slapped a barcode label on here and it says October 1997. So I don't know. I think this, I'm going to guess this was a Canadian or UK import for Bridges to Babylon. Oscars are on. Oh, yeah. Yes, Paul, he should have. So yeah, let's see here. Anybody seen My Baby? Out of Control, Saint of Me. Yeah, I mean, so I'm still glad to have it. I think this is like the most recent one I have. Here's an album that I really wish would come back out. Okay, I don't think it's going to happen. From 1981, Concerts for the People of Kampuchea. Gold stamp promo. And you know, the thing is that I love this damn album, and I loved seeing MTV showed a lot of clips from that concert. And if I remember correctly, they showed at least one showing. Yes, Bridges has to be an import. Vinyl was done. Yeah, I just can't remember what country that this one was from. Like I said, it was either Canada or UK as my guess. I could be wrong. I know Germany was still cranking stuff out too. But let's face it, you guys have seen this before. But if you haven't, side one is All the Who. This is all December 1979. Okay, I'm led to believe there's an interesting mini book on the Kampuchea shows. I want to seek out. Side two, of course, half of it's Pretenders. Then you have Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Rockpile. Little Sister with Rockpile and Robert Plant. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was like one of my favorites. Side three, one track from the Queen, one track from the Clash, one track from Ian Dury, and one track from the Specials. Side four, first three tracks, Paul McCartney and Wings. Last three tracks, Rockestra, which there are so many damn people in Rockestra. The basic ones I remember, Pete Townsend, and you get 3/4 of Led Zeppelin. You get everybody but Jimmy Page that night, which that's too bad. It would have been interesting if Pagey showed up. Keith Richards songs are the best. You know what? I'm going to have to replay that because it's been a long time since I heard it. Yes, it does need a remix. You can actually hear the audience, but they say that this one may never come out, at least not on it. It may never get put onto a CD treatment or a DVD, Blu-ray because of all the record companies, all the I don't know. Damn it! This is just one of those things that needs to come out, and every band set was filmed. It's like, come on, guys. It's 2021. It's 40 years later. Give us what we want. All right. This next one here, pick this up for $1. Even though it says $9.99 on the sticker. No, because I bought in bulk. Original pressing on Capitol from 1968, The Wind in the Willows. Can you tell me who that is? Remember I said 1968. Who is this? Who is this, kids? Oh, who said Debbie Harry? Who said that this is Debbie Harry in 1968? Yes, it is. And high dollar record too. Go figure. And it is a Rainbow Capital label stereo. Okay. Yeah. Nobody else on here sounds familiar at all. So it's kind of funny. So Wind in the Willows, ladies and gentlemen, for 1968. Yes, that's right, Debbie. And lastly, one of Richard Dolan's favorite artists. I'm being a smartass here. Lindsey Buckingham. Uh-oh. I think I'm in trouble. I'm sorry. It is a weird album, but I probably like about half this record. Half. And I also like that in the Trouble, okay, so Mick Fleetwood plays drums on this, on Trouble with Lindsay. And in the video, you also have Bob Welch. Bob Welch is in the Trouble video too. So go look for all that fun. You know what, guys? This has been a blast. I want you guys to have an excellent week. And let's see. Anyone familiar with the band Blue Angel was Cyndi Lauper's lead vocalist? Didn't they put an album on Polydor, I want to say? And if I also remember correctly, Thomas, although I could be wrong, I mean, it wasn't a bad record. The bass player for Blue Angel landed in the 80s version of The Shadows of Night with Jimmy Songs. Because I remember seeing his name. A band called the Dolmans did a fantastic cover of Lindsay's Holiday Road. Check it out. He says he's got the Blue Angel LP. Like I think I came across it on cassette once for some reason, but I've never seen the vinyl out in the wild. All right, guys. I want to thank Mason and Richard, my guests that were on here. I want to thank the studio audience, of course. You know who you are. I want you guys to have a kick-ass week. I hope at least my week will be palatable, and hopefully the mechanical thing will not hurt so much tomorrow on Mr. Carr. You know what? Thank you, Thomas. Thank you very much. And like I said, he says night, everybody, and I also will do the same. Take care. God bless. Rock on, and have a great week, everybody. You deserve it.